Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Melina Landrio and I want to thank you all for sharing space with me today. Today is July the 18th, 2026, and I'm here with a channeled message that I received last night. And it's a bit disturbing, so please bear with me if you feel like you can handle that type of direction today in regards to a reading. If you can't, it's gonna be a very sensitive topic. But I'm being guided to share this. I don't know why, but it apparently affects somebody in my collective, maybe a multitude of you. It is somehow relevant. So I'm going to go ahead and share what I received in the dream. I woke up at 8:44, a bit alarmed by the dream that I just received. And the dream was essentially somebody was being tricked into having sexual relations with somebody. So there's some sort of trickery happening. Could be drugging somebody, tricking them into drinking some sort of substance, like a drink that's poisoned, with like date rape drug or something. The understanding was the person was raped and the anal canal is significant. And also the vulgarity of the rapist speaking in the dream was kind of, I don't know if the word is flaunting, like they were bragging about what they did to somebody, and it sounded like a boys club. So this could be a bunch of men that I'm referring to. Could be gay men too. It's what I'm kind of hearing in the spirit, potentially. But this group of men, they potentially go out and rape, but in a means as to not get caught. And I feel like that's where the entrance of the anal canal happens, so that they don't maybe impregnate somebody. I guess that's like a logic that they have going on in regards to getting away with whatever they're doing. So there's something about anal rape, something about trickery, tricking someone into doing it, and then boasting about it to this group of boys, men, young men, old men, I don't know, that they, and I'm going to use this terminology, which is very vulgar. Essentially, in the dream, they said they nutted 3 times. So they were able to do something 3 times to somebody, and they bragged about it. They thought it was really funny. And this dream kind of morphed. Now, I'm not sure if that part of the dream happened first, because there was a whole bunch of stuff happening. But there was a part of the dream where I saw like a party, and there was children present at this party. So somebody could be a parent or somebody supposed to be responsible to take care of children. And particularly there was daughters I saw. And in this dream, the parent is intoxicated. They're not taking their role very seriously, and they're not very present. And I feel this person is surrounded by a bunch of rapists, or a rapist is around this parent figure, which could be a father figure. In the dream, it looked as though that was the case. And these friends of this father figure, just as an example, place it where it fits. Maybe this is resonating for you, but it's a mother figure. But in the dream, I was seeing it as such. So I'm going to keep that stability through the message, just because it makes makes it easier for me to relay it to you. Now, this father figure, parental figure, was intoxicated, and they were not paying attention to their children. And there was somebody there, a creepy person, who was praying. It was almost like they were orchestrating a moment in time to be able to take advantage of the circumstance of that person being a drunk or a drug addict or both, and using that opportunity to get close to the daughters, one or both, and manipulate them in the guise of being caring, a loving, kind person. But the reality is they're actually very sick in the head, and they are looking to do something disturbing. I woke up from this at 8:44 in the morning, and in the Bible, in I think it's Luke 4, is it? No, Luke 8:44. It's about a woman who has a blood illness, and she pushes her way through a crowd to gain access to touching Jesus to try to heal her blood illness. And she succeeded in touching his robe and was instantly healed. So there's something to do with blood in this message. So somebody who has tainted blood, something maybe uncurable or incurable, and they are purposely targeting a parent that is not very present with themselves. They're not able to be present or authentic in themselves, that they have to drink and cover up who they are to be able to exist, I guess. I'm not sure. An alcoholic, a drug addict of some sort. Now, I did pull some cards, and I'm going to share those with you guys, which is kind of how I got a little bit of this information too. I also had in the dream, I saw this white box light up inside with fire, and when I looked closer to it, I could tell it was like a plug outlet, maybe an extension to a plug outlet, because it was this little box. It can maybe hold maybe 4 plugs on the top, and in the holes of the plugs I could see fire. And when I went to unplug it from the wall, the whole wall was also on fire. So there's something relevant here with that as well. So I think that's it for my dream. So when I pulled some cards today, I received immediately the 4 of Swords, and alongside the 4 of Swords I received the 5 of Swords, so 4 to 5. And the 4 of Swords being it's like maybe you're resting from going through something very grievous. Maybe you lost a loved one, or you've been through something, and you've just been through something big that's caused you to have to kind of go within and rest. And maybe it was very traumatic. And you did so. You followed your inner compass to understand that you have to rest. And trying to gain some sort of peace back into your life, some sort of refuge from this experience that you just removed yourself from. And perhaps it was filled with like mental chaos. Maybe there's an element of a necessity to restore your health. So this is relevant. And the Five of Swords is somebody that's spiteful, slandering in your energy. So maybe this is what you moved away from. And maybe this individual, this energy here is still spewing a lot of vulgarity, because vulgarity came in. Maybe they're being very malevolent towards you, which is also showcasing their extreme weakness, because anybody who is going to slander somebody when they're not there is a very weak individual, in my opinion. As if you're going to speak about somebody behind their back, you should be able to say that to their face. Otherwise, it's very cowardice, and it just speaks volumes of your cruelty when you express yourself in this way towards another. And that's what this energy is. So this is somebody who's kind of bitter about something, maybe bitter about you leaving, and they want to fight and they can't. They're too cowardice. So there's somebody in your past that you left behind that caused you mental anguish, that maybe caused you to have to revamp your systems, like realign them. Maybe you suffered some health issues. Maybe you suffered a blood situation where you had to heal. And this person is going around slandering your name. And they're doing so with the Eight of Wands energy. The capacity is very direct. There's like an organization to their method of madness that they're choosing in slandering you. It's like an orchestrated event, maybe, that they're trying to allocate. And this is to cause you to feel stuck or trapped, bound to something. This is interfering energy. So whatever they're saying is deliberate to interfere with you being able to rest or have some form of capacity where you feel back in balance or back to normal, or where you're trying to attain some sort of normalcy after some sort of grievous event or circumstance that you dealt with. Now I have the Two of Cups coming out. This is a relation between a male and a female. It's a connection between two counterparts that radiates joy and ecstasy. And this, I feel, is influencing this spiteful energy. It's almost like they can't release or let go of what they remember of you. Maybe this is like an ex lover or an ex relationship of yours. Maybe you're the other parent. Maybe you have children with this person. Because it was like in the dream, it was like a masculine energy and then a female energy, and there was children involved. 2 children, and I feel like it's 2 girls. Could be 2 boys, but I feel like it's 2 girls. Because there was influence on my own personal experience as a single parent to kind of help me understand the dynamic that was going on. So I'm going to take that as part of the message as well. But yeah, the Two of Cups, it's kind of like somebody wanting their cake and eating it too. Like they can't be whom you needed them to be in the relationship, but they don't want you to not be in the relationship. Like you're not allowed to move on is kind of the energy it's giving. It's weird energy. So this person is very spiteful. They're slandering you. and they're being very cruel. And this is all calculated with that Eight of Wands energy, pushing it forward into some sort of energy that's caused to bound you to something, to them perhaps. But this connection here, it's like reminiscing of what they once had, because there's the Eight of Discs that is kind of pushing that memory, which is like something that's formulated, that's something that they had once, something that was very tactile to them. So it could be somebody that you had close relations with, could be, like I said, an ex of yours that you had children with, and then they're seeing you, or sorry, they're seeing you as rising, balancing yourself, being intuitive, connecting into your feminine energy perhaps. And but I also feel like this could represent them like believing that they can orchestrate something for you, and having this intuitive notion that they think they know you, because of the memories that they have from the connection that they had with you. And it's almost like they're formulating or utilizing that to push forward some sort of circumstance. That's what I'm getting from that. And then I got the Ten of Swords and the Prince of Swords. Swords? Yes, Prince of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords, with this card here, so we'll just talk about the Prince of Swords actually first. The Prince of Swords is somebody that's not very stable. They don't really know where they're going in life. And they have a very elusive and elastic mind. They orchestrate things, and that may be clarified prior to this, with the interference in the Eight of Wands energy, with the knowledge that they have. So they take the knowledge that they have and they orchestrate things to create some sort of balance in their lack in understanding who they are. So this could very well be your ex. This could very well be your ex. This is somebody that is supporting contradicting thoughts and patterns and opinions, and they're expressing them outward to create some sort of imbalance for you. And with the Ten of Swords being there, it's almost like this represents death. It could represent failure, but it could also represent somebody that's not really presently in their reality. This is somebody who's a bit delusional. Like they're divorced from reason. They don't seem to understand anything beyond their pain and their suffering and what they want to implement to get even. It's kind of how this energy feels. And it almost feels like, and what this card could also be expressing, and this is the goal, destiny of their actions. It's like whatever they're wishing to do to you is likely not going to pan out the way that they're hoping it's going to pan out. I feel like it's going to showcase the truth of who they actually are. And I don't think they see this coming. Or maybe they do. There is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords influencing this. And this is... I wrote Nine of Wands for some reason. The Nine of Swords is influencing cruelty. It's influencing their desires to cause pain. This is aligning in the orchestration of the events that they're trying to accumulate. And this is also sitting in the fear or anxiety of what they've done. So, and the Chariot is coming out of this energy, and this is telling me that it's like they're being obedient to somebody. They're being told to orchestrate something. They're being obedient in this orchestration, and they believe that they are the authority underneath this authority. So there's maybe somebody above them implementing the structure to occur, to gain some sort of success in causing you pain, causing you suffering, causing a death to something. It doesn't have to be a literal death. It could be the end of happiness for you. It could be the end of something that you were able to cultivate while you were resting, while you were getting over the repair of whatever you went through. And maybe this person didn't like how settled you were becoming, and they decided to create the turmoil for you to make sure that whatever you were gaining was not going to occur. And that's what this is telling me here with the Ten of Swords and the Prince of Swords. I don't know why I thought the Nine of Wands, but maybe the Nine of Wands is relevant in regards to like you being moving forward successfully after going through some sort of opposition in your life, some sort of strife. And this is also illuminating recovery after sickness again. So that's just the starting point here of what's going on in this energy. 1 second here. Let me get the next round here. 1 second here. Okay. So in the past, we have the Ten of Cups here. And this is about perfect success. This is a pursuit of things that are pleasurable for you. This is like a happy life, happy family. This is just having the light shine on you in joy, essentially moving forward. And this maybe is what this person is perceiving about you, because we have the Moon energy, which is about illusion and deception. And the Moon energy are things that are hidden. So this might be this perception that this person has had of you in the past when you moved on. Maybe they felt like you were happier without them, you were doing better. And they were formulating in their mind all of what they thought that meant, whatever it was that they were pursuing, whatever it was that they were, this deception that they were receiving about you moving on and how you appeared to them, was being pushed by illusions, distortion that wasn't true, because this person is not embodied. This person is a drunk or a drug addict or both. This person cannot be in their natural homeostasis. They have to do something to take them outside of their being, to feel any sort of relevancy in life. And whatever this illusion is of the Ten of Cups to them about you, or this perception they feel about you, is causing them a severe conflict. This is the Five of Wands, and this is causing them to fight, have little arguments over what they are perceiving. This could be an internal dialogue, an argument. I feel like it is. I feel like it's an internal fight that they're having, but it has now come out to the external side in a plan formation. It's like these are the thoughts that were creating their mind, these are those elusive thoughts they were having that was creating their mind to extend into some sort of master plan. And the master plan was to make you look less luminous and be the star in reverse. And this is about like that people are wrong in how they're perceiving you, that you're a disappointment, that that you're delusional. It's like whatever they're going through in their own mind, they're placing it on you. They're projecting it towards you. Maybe this is what they're telling people, that you are delusional, that you are the one causing strife or arguments or problems. But the reality is, it's in their mind. They're the ones having the difficulty. And the intrusion, I wanted to say. So they're being intrusive in this regard. So I don't know how that resonates. But this individual did not see that these were, this is like a higher force, a higher elevation that's interfering in their connection. So I'm just going to pause this for a moment, because I have the card for me that describes protection in the spirit. But this is not just God or divine protection. This is galactic protection. So this is like otherworldly protection. And I feel, because whoever this message is resonating for, you are highly protected in the spirit. You are highly protected by otherworldly beings. And what maybe people don't necessarily understand is, like, we seem to have this idea that when we're thinking thoughts, when we're out there doing things like on our own, and we're orchestrating our movements forward and the things that we are entertaining, the thoughts that we have about certain circumstances, we often think that they're just our own thoughts. But without getting into too much depth, because I don't have time for that today, I mean, you could be dancing with the devil, and the devil is putting these thoughts in your mind, these illusions in your mind, these understandings in your mind. And maybe you made a deal with the devil, and someone who is dabbing in drugs and alcohol and cannot go without it could be making a deal with the devil. And it's quite possible that if you are taking these types of licit drugs or illicit drugs, or I'll just leave it at that, substances, that they could be guiding you a way that the devil wants you to go. And so this could be like you being highly protected, this person from your past that's coming after you, who's doing all this to orchestrate all this. This could be things that have been placed in their head from your protection, because you're highly protected. And if they're dabbling with the devil, they're in a contract of some sort where they have to do something in a specific manner or way. And because of your protection, or maybe your high ranking, this is what's influencing where things are going to go. Does that make sense? That's just kind of what I'm getting from this, because the Five of Cups energy here, it's like they're going out of their way to make you look a certain way, to make you look like to cause a stop to anything happy in your life, to be a disturbance when you least expect it, like, pow, I got you, like, it's like there's some sort of misfortune energy that they wish upon you. But what they might not be understanding is that you're protected, and maybe some of these plans that they're trying to orchestrate could be orchestrated to your benefit. Quite possible. We have the Three of Cups as a future energy, which talks about celebrations, overflowing, and sharing that prosperity with others. It's being hospitable, loving, kind, but it's also speaking of being bound as well. Not bound, sorry. Bound. That could be relevant. Bounty. Like, bounty is coming up for this. So this could be somebody is celebrating from what they've earned off of something they've done to you. We have the Prince of Cups here, which is representing violent nature. And this could be the person that I talked about that's placing themselves around somebody who's a parent, around somebody who's an alcoholic or a drug addict or is just really incapacitated. And this person is the energy that's coming in, it's swooping in. And this is a con artist. This is somebody who has a plan coming in to orchestrate some sort of violent nature towards somebody. Somebody being hospitable, kind, loving, has some sort of bounty. And this energy here is somebody who's like a love bomber. They're coming in really intensely. They're going to be very passionate. They're kind. They're going to be loving. They're going to feel like they're very caring and knowing everything about you. But this is also trying to perfect their work. This is somebody that is... This is somebody that is preying upon somebody. This could very well be your ex too. If your ex is the violent one, has violent nature, they both seem a little bit off. So these are that boy club that I was talking about. But this person is coming in, and what happened when I was pulling cards on this one, one of my clarifying cards, the power card came out, but it came in sideways. This person's trying to control a dynamic that they've perfected. So this is something they've done before. They're perfecting something that they've done before to gain some sort of settlement. This could be about a settlement or a completion of some sort of orchestration, which this whole reading has been telling that. But the power came out sideways. So it's not going as planned or not going as they foresee it to go. Just going to pause this for a moment. Okay. So the next round I have the Princess of Discs that comes out. And this represents, it's a very fertile energy. It's a young energy. So this could be a young woman. This is somebody that's beautiful. They're very strong. And it's like they also have this type of energy to them that's of creation. This type of energy. So, person aside, the energy of this card is very fertile. It's very expansive. It's a very strong and beautiful energy. And what I'm getting from this energy is this is representing a daughter energy. This is why I felt also from my dream where I saw the daughters. And then when this popped out, and then from this I got the Queen of Discs, so the mother energy. So the mother the mother energy of this card is a very ambitious energy. It's affectionate, it's very kind, it's a very useful energy, and can be very charming, very practical. Somebody that's been through a lot and cultivated from what they've been through to gain this title, Queen of Discs. Now, an earth sign could be relevant to being the disc sign. And the Princess of Discs in this understanding was influenced by the Adjustment card. And this is some sort of suspension in action. So something has occurred or is going to occur. This is the current of this energy. Something is going to occur or is being orchestrated to occur that is going to be suspended in action. And this is going to come into balance. And this can be in the form of a marriage. It could be a form of lawsuits, trials. Like this could be a legal basis. This card. So something is going to be revealed by this princess to the mother, her mother, about a dynamic, which is also what made me think this is being accurately showed to me as positions when I said it could be a father that's an alcoholic drug addict and you could be the mother, you could have children together. I feel like that could be very relevant in this circumstance. Now we have the Eight of Cups sideways. It came out. So this is energetically speaking, it's leaky energy. Being a cup energy, it's like leaving. It's like somebody having to abandon something. Because the energy it's just not coming through anymore. Not the way that they once had it. This could have been the orchestration, some sort of energy was being manipulated and stopped, or because there's like a flow of energy that's being stopped. Like you could see up here, the cups aren't receiving, but the energy is being received down here. This is like an emotional energy, but it's coming in sideways and it's coming into the left, which is telling me it's like a siphoning energy. So it could be walking away from something, or a need to walk away from something that's influenced by the Three of Swords, which is heartache, rupture. It's like a delay. It's having to sit in the discord and deal with the circumstances, and that's what's influencing someone to a need to walk away. And this is falling underneath the Adjustment card too, so legalities or an understanding that this could become very serious in this way. And we have the Wheel of Fortune leading out of this, having to walk away. So this is like a change of fortune, destiny. It's like a need to walk away to obtain something, perhaps. Now, there was something that was successful in regards to this. So the Wheel of Fortune coming up, them walking away currently, or you walking away currently, is showing some sort of success, some sort of victorious energy. And this is like the cultivation of something. This is planting seeds, sowing something, placing it out there, being successful with it. This could be very well talking about the slander that was being done because you walked away, what was being said about you from walking away. This is the seeds that we're planting, that they planted, and this is maybe being victorious in that. And this is sowing, like gaining something off of being victorious, slandering somebody, potentially you. So that's also relevant. Now, what came up next was interesting to me because I had like 4 cards fly out, but they separated into 2 piles. The first card that landed on the floor was the Hangman, so something sacrificial. And this is the outcome. So you've been sacrificed, somebody's tried to sacrifice you. And what I'm gaining off of this, it was they were doing this to gain the world. This is the universe energy. They were gaining this to get some sort of balance back into their lives in regards to you walking away. And then the idea that they needed to create this circumstance for you so that people would look at you at a different light and they would gain the world. This is somebody that is malevolent in nature. They have really messed up ideas and thoughts, and they construe circumstances with it, that they have been successful in the past where they go and they steal from people to create something. And they're doing this again and again. This is like perfecting some sort of craft is what this feels like. And with the sacrificial energy coming up, this is the energy. It's like maybe this is what happened to you. Maybe they took your life. Maybe they took everything from you and they moved on and they did it successfully. And everybody is looking at you in whatever light they paint you in. But nobody is maybe speaking with you or understanding your side of it. It's all just this belief of this one-sided story that's been orchestrated all to do this to you. But what I'm also getting is that there's death to this now. That we have the death card because there's some sort of reflection here. The death card and the hermit. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Some sort of legacy, some sort of it could be an inheritance. It could be just how much you've worked to move forward and gain some sort of dependency back, some sort of balanced homeostasis from wherever you left. And this is like a death to the sacrificial energy is what this is giving. And the universe is making this happen for you because you're protected. Then we have this Prince of Discs, another male in the energy. Like I said, it's a group of males working together. Now, when I pulled cards on this, what came out was something is incurable. So this could be, again, part of the blood 844, Luke 844 that I spoke about with the woman with the blood disease. And maybe it's incurable, but she touched Jesus and was cured. And there's some sort of black magic in the energy here in regards to this Hangman, Death, Hermit, Wealth, 10 of Pentacles energy. And there's definitely some sort of scheming happening. But with the Prince of Discs here coming out of it, let me just look this one up again here. I want to make sure I'm saying the right one. Yeah, this is another person working in the background. This is somebody who's practical. They're a manager. They're trying to manage the whole dynamic of what's going on, and they're scheming. This is somebody who is very right-brained, I want to say. This is somebody that they could be very competent, but they're maybe somewhat dull. They're great with practical things, managing, bringing good energy to make things work together. But they're also very calm and balanced, but they're also very slow to react to circumstances. We have balance and friend that were also in reverse. That came out with these cards as well. We also got the fifth seal that came out. And this is the cry of the martyrs. Martyrs. So it's like a waiting for God to avenge your bloodline in regards to the pain and suffering that you've been through. And the fifth seal is us being, essentially that's this fifth seal. It's like they've died, they've been compromised, and God has them in a book written, and it's like telling them just a little while longer, because there's something coming in balance again with the adjustment. So it's like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. It's like whomever came up against these people, these bloodlines that are in the fifth seal, they're awaiting God to orchestrate a balance, which would be the number of their fellow servants and their brethren who would be killed was completed. So there's something to do with balance, and the death card did come up in this reading as well. I'm not sure if I'm able to really speak on that particular notion. I'd have to explore it some more to understand it more deeply, but that is a card that came up in regards to this energy. So the outcome is some sort of death through reflection about wealth. This is also signifying the fifth seal. And we have hangman energy. And then it's somebody kind of orchestrating something from this, trying to continue to orchestrate something from this. So something is being seen in the grand scheme of things here. And it's something nefarious. And I'm just hearing tick-tock. So something is coming exactly when it's meant to come, and not a moment sooner, is as my spirit guides and ancestors would say. It's being patient, waiting for this balance from this injustice that you have endured to come forth. It's being revealed, whatever this is. And yeah, I'm just going to sit with this energy for a second to see if there's anything further that I want to add to this. I'm sitting with the energy, and I often have to do this when I feel big energy like this, because my way of perception, the way that I navigate or feel things or experience things, is quite in depth. And sometimes, because of the amount that I'm able to experience, I have to take a moment to sit there and navigate for myself what this is. If there's any further understandings of it. Whatever this is, I feel it's something that's coming up in ways, but I feel like this is also past tense energy. It's like already occurred. Whatever this is has already developed, has been planned or planted. Because I find myself sitting here like, because I know that the types of messages that I receive also can be in alignment with circumstances that I've dealt with or I've experienced. Because Spirit doesn't just give you, as a reader, Spirit doesn't give you, and I mean, reading is not my main thing that I do, but it's something that I started to dive into to help assist me in my growth and my movement forward. But I find myself when I get channels like this, I have to have trust and faith that I'm getting and receiving these understandings in the exact time that I'm supposed to receive and get them. Because I fear sometimes of placing things out too soon. Because I know that I could see things really far in advance. But I also can dive into the past and the future very easily. Like with the bat of my eye, I can see into many different pools of energy. And because I have children and because I have a dynamic that I can understand and relate to some of the pictures that were shown to me, it's like, it's hurtful to think that this type of behaviors are out there, these types of people are out there. Like, they're so jaded from their life that they can't move past or beyond a circumstance that likely they created for themselves. Because let's face it, anything that we're dealing with is something that we've likely embarked on our own journey. Walking into the wrong door, making friends with the wrong people, trusting the wrong people, not listening to our own intuition, not moving forward or out of something, staying stuck because we're choosing to be bitter Bettys rather than victorious victors. Maybe those names are relevant, I don't know. But I just feel like it's fascinating when I see people sitting there stewing on bullshit that they've dealt with or created. And the way that they just can't tell the truth about it, and they have to keep divulging further and further and further into this depth of a lie that is the containment of everything that they fucking hate in their lives. And it's like, you can't just think to get past it. You can't think to let it go. You can't think to move out of it. You can't think to just look at the truth of it, which always stems from you. It bothers me. It bothers me so greatly. Because I've been through so much crap, and I've been able to pull myself up and out of shit. I've been able to shake myself up and look at myself and say, Melina, you're a fucking asshole there. Or Melina, you did this wrong. Or maybe this wasn't your fault. Maybe you should have. How did you partake in this? I always try to view things from everybody's perspective because I can't help but feel it. And it blows my mind that people decide to remain stuck because they can't look with empathy towards another circumstance. They can't think about the development of how somebody else may have experienced something. It's just this victim mentality of me, and how am I going to remain in wherever I am and not, like, I don't want to grow or evolve. It's like kind of giving, you know? Sorry, a bit of a rant. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's perhaps relevant. I just don't understand it. If somebody rubs you the wrong way, instead of like, hey, you said this, it bothered me, can you explain? Maybe I took it wrong. Or maybe I didn't take it wrong. But like, why can't there be this conversation? It's just weird. Just jumping to conclusions and then making big tales and stories to fit the mold of your conclusion is weird. It's just weird. Especially when it's being dished out where you could, like, if you're slandering somebody, like, you could be sued for that. Like, I don't understand the necessity of it. The ending of it, it could be very bad. It's the truth is always going to come out. No matter how much you want to lie about something, the truth is always going to be released. It may take a year, 10 years, 5 years, a month, the next day, immediate. The truth will always be revealed. Like, you cannot stay in the dark forever. The light will always rise. Maybe that's in part because my name means that. But maybe I'd like to dive into the darkness to see the light because of that. That understanding that I have just embedded in me because of who I am. Maybe. I do think names are relevant. They mean a lot of the imprinting nature that we have when we walk on the planet. Anyways, I think all the information is there that I'm able to relay. I don't know how this resonates for you, or if it resonates. Maybe it's helpful. Maybe it's going to stop something from happening. If something terrible that I'm seeing is happening, or maybe it's going to open the door for you to be able to see something in a different light and be able to understand a circumstance that might be going on in your life, perhaps with your children or somebody that's in their lives. Anyways, I am going to leave this here. Until next time, guys, take care.